I was in the kitchen putting away groceries when she walked in with that look on her face. You know the one. The expression that says she's been rehearsing something in her head for days, and now she's finally ready to unleash it. Pause. She leaned against the counter, arms crossed, and just stared at me for a second. I kept organizing the pantry, waiting for whatever this was. "We need to talk," she said. Soft pause. I turned, set down the box of pasta I was holding, and said, "All right. Talk." Calm. She took a breath like she was about to deliver some kind of profound wisdom. "I've been thinking," she said. "If you don't start behaving, I'll give my four lips to someone else. I need some distance right now. Shock. A beat." I blinked once, twice. I let the words land. Then I put the groceries down slowly and turned to face her. "Don't think you're sleeping here one more night after that," I said, calm and measured. Firm, her confidence drained from her face like water. "Wait, what?" she stammered. "You heard me?" I repeated, matching her earlier tone. "Pack your things tonight." Pause. Wait. She pushed off the counter, panic rising. "It was just a bluff. I was testing you." Rushed. "Testing me?" I laughed, short. "You threatened to cheat on me as a power move, and now you want me to believe it was a joke." Cold, she came toward me, hands up, as if she could push her words back into her mouth. "No, seriously, I didn't mean it like that. I was trying to get your attention." Pleading. "You have my attention," I said, walking toward the bedroom. She followed, voice trembling. "Where are you going?" "What are you doing?" Walks to closet. I opened the closet, grabbed a duffel, and started taking her clothes off the hangers. "Helping you pack," I said. "You said you need distance. I'm giving it to you." Quiet, decisive. She grabbed my arm, trying to pull the bag away. "You're overreacting." It was stupid. I was being stupid, begging. I looked her dead in the eye. "You don't accidentally threaten your husband with infidelity. That's not a slip. That's a choice." Steady tears streamed down her face. "You can't just kick me out." "This is my house." Voice breaking. "Actually," I said calmly, "the lease is in my name. You're not on it." The words hit her like a bucket of ice. She collapsed on the bed, hands over her face. "Beat. You're not serious," she whispered. "Watch me." Firm. Pause. She sobbed. "It was a bluff. A stupid, idiotic bluff. I wasn't going to do anything." Desperate. "Bluffs only work if the other person cares about losing," I said, folding my arms. "When you threatened me, you showed how little you respect this marriage. So no, I don't care about your bluff anymore." Cold. "What do you want me to do?" she begged. "I'll do anything. I'll grovel. I'll change." Urgent. "Respect isn't negotiable," I said. "You don't get to play games with it and act shocked when someone calls your bluff for good." Quietly fierce. She tried again. "I love you. I made a horrible mistake." Soft, I gently pulled away. "That might have mattered before you weaponized our marriage. Now it only proves you didn't think it through." Pause. She sobbed harder. "One mistake and everything's over?" Small, incredulous voice. "No," I replied. "One choice. One decision to disrespect me so completely that you thought I'd just take it. That's what ended it." Calm, I handed her the duffel. "You wanted distance. Here it is. There's a motel 2 miles down the road." Flat. She clutched the bag and looked for a crack in my face. She didn't find one. "This isn't over," she said. Cold certainty. "Yeah," I said steady. "It actually is." The door slammed behind her and the house went quiet. Pause. Then the mundane. I walked back to the kitchen, picked up the box of pasta, and finished putting away the groceries. Respect isn't something you beg for. It's something you require. Soft the next morning. 17 missed calls, 23 texts. I scrolled through them while I drank my coffee. They went from apologetic to angry to desperate. The last text at 3 a.m. said, "We need to talk face to face. I can explain everything." I texted back, "No, coffee shop on Main Street. Public place." Her reply came in seconds. "Thank you. I'll be there." Pause. I arrived 15 minutes early, sat in the back corner, and waited. She showed up at noon, hair pulled back, minimal makeup, eyes red and puffy. She slid into the chair, clutching her purse like a life preserver. Soft. Thank you for meeting me, she started. I nodded. Talk. Steady, she inhaled. I know what I said was unforgivable. I've been up all night trying to explain. There's no good explanation, but I need you to understand where it came from. Rush. Go on, I said. You remember Bridget from my office? She asked. I did. Bridget Reynolds. Loud, opinionated, divorced twice by 40. She told us about a book on power dynamics in relationships, my wife said. How women should maintain the upper hand so men don't take them for granted. Bridget said men need to feel like they could lose you. Disbelief. So you took advice from someone who's been married twice and based your whole move on that? I asked. Her face fell. When you put it like that, it sounds insane. I know, but it wasn't just her. Quinn said she started going out with single friends and her husband suddenly planned date nights. Natalie stopped doing laundry for a week and he appreciated her more. It all sounded like small power plays. Defensive. You thought threatening to cheat was the same as skipping laundry? I said. I work 45 hours a week. I come home and help. I don't take you for granted. Hurt. You've been stressed and distant, she said. We haven't connected. Soft. So instead of talking, you rolled a nuclear option based on a conversation you had at work? I asked. That wasn't a mistake. That was a pattern. Accusatory. She began to cry. I didn't think you'd actually kick me out. I thought we'd fight. I'd apologize. And we'd work it out. Small. That's the problem, I said. You didn't think. You assumed leaving was harder than staying, so you pushed the gamble. Now I can never be sure when you're being sincere because every disagreement will carry the weight of that plan. Quiet, brutal truth. She reached for my hand. I pulled back. Please. I'll cut them off. I'll stop listening to them. Pleading. But you already were that person, I said. You just showed me. And the only reason you want to change is because it backfired. Flat silence stretched. I stood. I'm filing for separation. The words landed. She panicked. You can't do this. Short, you're right. I'm not doing this over one comment. I'm doing it because you showed me who you are when you think you have the upper hand. And I don't want to be married to that person. Firm people nearby started to stare. She lowered her voice. Everyone makes mistakes. I deserve a second chance. Soft. Maybe you do, I said. But not from me. I walked out. My phone buzzed before I reached the car. I silenced it and drove home. Beat that afternoon, I called Griffin Whitaker, a lawyer my brother recommended. Griffin answered within an hour. Can you come in tomorrow at 10? He asked. I'll be there. Practical. That evening, I separated our things. Not out of anger, but for clarity. If this was going to happen, it would happen cleanly. I blocked Quinn's number when she messaged, told her to stay out of it. I replied once to the mother, This is between me and your daughter. Please stay out of it. Short. She showed up at my door that night, pleading for a private talk. I didn't invite her in. Talking is how you got in the door last time, I said. I'm not interested in round 2 of whatever strategy you cooked up. Cold. There's no strategy, she shouted. I'm your wife. I made a mistake. Why won't you try to forgive me? Angry, raw. Forgiveness requires trust, I said. You shattered that. There's no magic phrase that undoes it. I closed the door. She pounded a few times, then left. Finality. Later, in the quiet house, I felt something I hadn't expected. Peace. No anxiety about moods. No second-guessing my words. Just silence and certainty. I didn't throw away the marriage. She did when she chose manipulation over honesty. Soft, reflective, Griffin drew up separation papers. The lawyer was blunt. Lease in your name only, no kids, no shared property. It should be quick. She signed without contest. No fight, no delays. It's done, her lawyer told Griffin. Short, my family was in my corner. My dad called it a clean break. My brother, my mom. Their support made something painful feel right. When she showed up at my parents' house begging, it backfired. They saw it for what it was. I told them the truth. They stood by me. Warm weeks passed. She spiraled. She showed up in driveways, cried, begged. Her mother finally made her see a therapist. Her coworkers messaged asking for reconciliation. I ignored them. The divorce was routine paperwork now, and I felt a relief I hadn't expected. Steady. One afternoon, months later, I saw her in the grocery store. We made eye contact. She walked up. "Hi," she said quietly. "I've been in therapy." "I'm sorry." Soft, honest. "That's good," I said. "I'm glad you're getting clarity." There was no asking for another chance. No theatrics. Just a simple apology and acceptance. She walked away. I finished shopping and drove home. Calm, that night, I sat with friends, watched basketball, drank a beer, and felt something strange. I wasn't angry. I wasn't hurt. I was free. She tried to play games with someone who refused to be a player. When I walked away, I didn't just leave her. I left the version of myself that would have tolerated it. Warm respect isn't negotiable. Boundaries aren't suggestions. When someone shows they're willing to gamble with your heart, the smartest move is to take yourself off.